Yo, what is up? So I thought I would do a video on Rise of the Ronin because basically there is a ghosting issue, although it doesn't seem to happen in every level, which all I can put that down to is basically that there was a level where it was very dark and it was very noticeable, but once I made this change it actually fixed it. So I did the video, but if you want to install OptiScale on this for FSR 4, you would install the files in there, use 1 enter for the DLSS presets, not the FSR, because it crashes the game with that. So you will need to use, well, you can use DLSS, but as I said, there is ghosting on it. So the fix is to actually apply XESS. Unfortunately, the only way I'd show this ghosting is if I literally restarted my game. So it would literally take too long because I've done quite a bit already. So what we've done, so I've applied it here. Oh, I have to tick that off again. Right. So we'll go to full screen. So that's what I've been using because, as I said, there is some weird ghosting on this in certain levels, although since I've got past that level it seems to be better on the DLSS. So it's a bit weird. See, I was going to start a new game, but I thought that it's going to be too long. So I do actually want to look at a few other games that actually already have FSR 3.1 to see if that AMD GPU profile inspector is working in a few more games. So it doesn't seem too bad on this level, but 100% there is an issue with it. It wasn't just ghosting, it was like 4 times, like it's like 4x ghosting, that's what I was saying. So the only change I did make was to just switch that to XESS, and that literally sorted it out. So I've maxed it away. It does run really, it's definitely cleaner on XESS. But this game actually runs really well on the 97 XT. It's not too far off the 4090 at all, which is good. And it is a very heavy game. This, I think the 5080 wasn't doing too well on this. So this Katana engine, although it doesn't run massively well above 200, I think obviously this game they've given you the option of 120 FPS. I'm not sure. I think I remember you could only use frame generation, was it? Once you locked it to 60. That must have been on the Nvidia GPU. So I don't think you're getting the option on it. But you could always use, as I said, if it works, you could always use the Opti frame generation. I'd have to restart the game. I'm not sure. I mean, 120 FPS is more than enough, I'd say, in this game, because this is how I've been playing it anyway. Yeah, but on XESS it's definitely looking its best. FSR 4 on this. It was very off-putting, the ghosting in this level. We were swimming in the water with a twin blade, and basically it's a twin blade. It's basically, it was the person she grew up with, training with. I won't spoil what happened, but basically you're on your own now, and then there was a lot of ghosting in that scene, and I was thinking, what's going on there? And I noticed it when I was shielding, but XCSS just completely clears it up. So that's basically a little update video on the previous video I've done on this. But it's definitely one of them games where I thought I was avoiding it because I heard bad things about it. The graphics were meant to be terrible. Now they're not out of this world, but because I went into the game with the expectations it was going to look like complete shit, I'm actually very surprised, especially once you... It doesn't look too good once you're on the FSR 3 upscaling. So you will need the latest technologies like DLSS 4 or FSR 4, and it actually looks pretty alright, to be honest. This is at ultra wide 1440p. So I think for me it's actually alright. This is some sort of boss. I've even got a shotgun. Was it? I think it was a shotgun. Oh, got lucky. Got lucky with that, didn't it? That. Hey, he tried it at the end, but... So what's this? This fugitives, alright. So that was pretty fun. It seems like a decent open world, to be honest. Yeah, so I'm really... as I said, I like these games. I thought it might be like sort of some people were saying it's quite easy, but I found it to be a decent challenge, to be honest, so far. You got to get used to the enemy movements and all that. They do sort of launch themselves at you a bit, like, because obviously it's made by the same people that made Neo. So there is going to be a lot of different types of enemies. But I like the environment. Got the squirrels there just running about. It's actually it's an open world where there's quite a bit of life to it. So I do really like these Japanese games. So some areas are the FPS. As I said, it is actually an heavy game. This, I was quite surprised, but mainly it's running on a 90 XT. You do maintain over a 60 at ultra wide, and I like how the NPCs on it, they do act like real people, and so I was quite impressed with that. So there's been quite a few things that I sort of dismissed because I didn't think the game would be that good, but then I've literally got into it, and I really wish I would have purchased this sooner, to be honest. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this, and it's just good to get FSR 4 in the game. I mean, you can even go around like that. That's quite funny. So you can upgrade your gear. So yeah, I'm digging this. I really am. I've even got some... Didn't even know that. Picked up some new clothes. That's pretty decent. Must have been off the people I've killed, because I've been killing quite a few people. Anyway, that is the way. I mean, Opti frame generation. We could actually try that. That'd be the last thing I'll try before ending the video. Hopefully it don't crash. I mean, there is some games where Opti frame gen will crash the game actually. So, but if it's actually working like in Dead Take, which I also really like that game. I need to do another video on that. But if it's working, I found it to work pretty well. But it does seem to be more problematic when you're using it. So sometimes I would apply it and then I'd load up a game, and sometimes it will crash a game. Yeah, see. So it seems to be the case with this one, so I wouldn't recommend that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.